Busiafo, Sasadia, Yenam Top Connect so Emanisika de Bagana, if we yasia fanenina, Yenchia Capre. Annie, aye free. Top Connect a Masika Mania, I am Rekra. You hear so bad download with Top Connect app no our Play Store. Diama or Android phone. And as we use iPhone so or Apple Store, not download the Top Connect. Aye simple cra. Top Connect to a member bread you numsu Europe, North America, and Asia. Woman will dofu sika for Top Connect so aye tem na emre na mawa hoto swonso sese die sika manye di foforo kra any Top Connect so we yan chechemu bia for Top Connect our +442 081 6155 and a +442 081 761 600 +447 882 950 088 and nasa hwehwe Top Connect our barefoot intefidie nyina so Top Connect Fesika mani wa dofwa sunjemu a unchia kapre Top Connect yensu ye dienye.
Right, so yeah, that is it. And yeah, if you want to, check us out on YouTube, well, you can go to Facebook, and Facebook is simple, NFM Radio. YouTube is also simple. You can subscribe. New Face Media, one word. New Face Media, one word. For YouTube, and you'll find Mansa Musa doing my stuff over there. Right, so the conversation is about how it all started. Someone was sending message, Mansa Musa, don't forget the corruption started with the plagiarism, the president stealing other people's comments or statements and making it his own at the Independence Square. So that is your take or your understanding of where the corruption started. But you see, I've spoken about the cash for seats, then all the way to the Flagstaff House or Jubilee House. Kenneth Japan said, well, now Kenneth Japan is telling Ghanaians that anytime if we want to see the president, you got to have at least $20,000 in your pocket. Yes, it is so. You see, even at that time, they are not, they were promoting not the local currency, but Akufo-Addo, these people were promoting dollars, American dollars. So to see him, you got to find $20,000, before you can see Akufo-Addo. And America said, in any proper jurisdiction, of course, if it's a dictatorship, it's very difficult, but any sort of serious democratic dispensation, that one alone can bring the government down. Say, who president wanna say yeah, and say we $20,000, and it's not just a rumor, but a person involved with the government itself, on never can we. So same way they started those days, it amounted to nothing. Oh, yeah, the dimusa just a Akufo-Addo, and the when you're not grown dimunjano, and the James one that say omodi coin. The next one was about Anas Arimi Yao, knowing very well that the president said the president was going to use. The president promised to use the Anas principles to work out how to minimize or fight corruption. So Anas Arimi Yao said, "I will help you, Mr. President," and straight away came up with investigative sort of program or journalistic activity, which exposed the then chairman of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi. Kwesi Nyantechi apparently on the video said so many things about the president and his vice, and it's all about money. As we speak, all those things just came to a rest in Ghana. It just came to a rest. I mean, it just died. Meanwhile, the external factor to that case, it's a money out there, they cannot defend you or protect you. FIFA and in Crawford, straight away they suspended or sacked Kwesi Nyantechi from their system. And so Ghana no na ye bomb say, because Obidi say, yeah, Speaker of Parliament, cracker. So we have been treated Kwesi Nyantakyi well. Na me shake me just say, maybe he's right because after all, no, ye nyina ye corrupt, must Kwesi Nyantakyi ye corrupt, and so what? That is the idea. Oh, sana a corona pro the mentality of the people is so much destroyed that this is the way we think. So that what do we call it? Kwesi Nyantakyi problem also came and it just died like that. Then we will be hearing of bust. We hear of Ameri. The Ameri deal, people started talking about it. Parliamentarians weren't happy that the Ameri contract or agreement that was signed by Mahama and his people, and it was then left to about, let's say, 2 or 3 years for the agreement to mature, so that everything becomes, or the asset becomes the property of Ghana. Boache Jacko and his people, including Nana Akufo-Addo himself, they planned to do something to create some new arrangement which will make them millions of dollars at the expense of Ghana. And so when that alarm also blew, it ended nowhere. Then came PDS. And also it ended nowhere. Then we had this excavator thing about Galamsey. And also say we have done nothing wrong. Then came a Japan, described by the former special prosecutor Hamidu as the worst kind of corrupt activity ever engaged by a government in Ghana. And so you see the pattern. So the whole thing is, it looks as if I'm now turning to believe. I'm now trying, or I'm having the urge to believe that it is true that we Ghanaians, we are all so corrupt. So we should just leave it like that. Because if it is survival of the fittest, then what I will say is that next time when government changes hands and some group of people are also chopping, everybody should keep quiet there. If this is the good thing. You see where we have come from. Gradually, small. That's how we have arrived in this point. At a stage where the government has failed, is failing and has failed in everything. A government, the people working with this government, I mean, how stupid can you be that at the time pensioners were demonstrating, holding placards, some in pain, physical pain, begging the president or the administration not to seize their monies. Now Obiti say Kojo upon Kruma, any ministry, or my flyer for a party. I don't know whether the party came on or will come on today. I don't know. But they want to enjoy end of year party in February in Ghana in a very plush hotel, a Kankwa, and Farmo. At this time, Akufo-Addo takes his vehicle, then he will go and sit under a canopy at a Deba gathering of people, good people of Ghana. Then some women with extra heavy buttocks or bottoms will come and twerk and shake. And Akufo-Addo is happy. At this time, so what dream one, what to say? And because someone did Ghana for how much I say, you don't know where to start. For me, I don't believe that there's any government, anybody who will come and do anything that can change that. Because everybody is now pissed. Everyone has accepted how things are going. And that if you get a chance, then you have to plunder. You have to steal. You have to take away. Make sure you make so much money for your family and your friends for the future. This is what is happening. Otherwise, any company, for those of you who are in business, any company at all, any company, when the company goes bust or in bankruptcy or anything, the first thing they do, they change the management group. They bring in new people. The new people start doing stuff. In Ghana, we've gone bust. We are in bankruptcy. And Akufo-Addo maintains his family member. Everybody knows that this is wrong. Everybody knows that, or the reason why he cannot change. The reason Akufo-Addo cannot change Ken Ofori-Atta is because Akufo-Addo knows that Ken Ofori-Atta, for whatever it is, for his fault, he is not alone in this. That they all gathered to plunder. So even the eye service thing of just telling Ken Ofori-Atta, look, I have to sack you, don't worry, I have to sack you, but that's how it should be. We'll bring somebody else, and later, we'll see what we can do. Ken Ofori-Atta cannot, Akufo-Addo cannot do that. Because like I said, the plunder, he himself is involved. And also, he knows very well that should he just let Ken Ofori-Atta go, whoever will come cannot be trusted. The fellow who will come does not have the blood lineage or, the family factor. And so the inner dealings of how our economy, our finances have been managed will be laid bare. It will be made known to everybody. And this, Akufo-Addo is afraid. So they have to keep Ken Ofori-Atta and try as much as they can to cover up things. Otherwise, how? I've been told, not that, okay, the time Idi Amin was ruling Uganda, I was able, those days, I was able to read the local newspapers. So I wouldn't say I was a wee kid, no. But those who were grown-ups and knew the history, they say even during Idi Amin's regime in Uganda, he didn't let his finance minister print money and money and money and money. And he didn't even go bankrupt to this extent. Today in Ghana, everything that the constitution said, Akufo-Addo is kicking it out to the touch, kicking it away and doing whatever he likes. Otherwise, how can the central bank keep printing monies, big billions, to a failing government? Just like that. And not everyone is assumed or supposed to keep quiet. Go for a breather. We'll be back.
Oh, yes, sir. Munya NDC nya ewo United Kingdom na Ireland chapter. Da ma bri so michia na menyu ba bezian abato ho nkomo. Dem ma wore nyim na oka kakra na yakoto aba yeze yanim penyufo a wo party do. Wo da mi chapter ya mezi ho nkomo. Na menyu ba bezi chairman akwa no ho nkomo da ma bri. Chairman akwa kampenyufo a wo gina there to one do abana wombe chairman nemu chairman akwade ojina ho prekope enti mesraw de ebo to waba na eza ma chairman akwa na wabe chairman bo United Kingdom and Ireland chapter osane there okita nhihye bebre a yame na dom na so be chairman a opede ozuboa awo a eye member bo United Kingdom na Ireland na NDC party ni na da na dom nhihye no mu binyi the establishment of a welfare program. Dem welfare program yi numu mfaso benyi abribiara NDC nyi ehwehwam bo wo sekasama fem bibi kakre bi a ezebototo nzama wa abra ahokyira aba no dem welfare program yi bohwe na wonsa ka bibi kakra ofi £50 zuko £400 na enyesika etume botua eyi chairman akwana adwe na opede ozuboa NDC ibiso nyi de NDC member biara obenya any immigration issue ana mbrem nsɛm biara wɔ bibia ɔtena wɔ United Kingdom ana Ireland chairman akwa be establish mpanyimfo a wɔbɛtena hɔ na wɔahwɛ na advice biara a ɔyɛ mbrakɔ no do na wɔde ama wo impo sɛ pɛlɔyɛ nyi bi na wɔgyina na wɔaka wasɛm bi ama wɔ United Kingdom ha ana Ireland a dɛm mpanyimfo yi wɔn mu binom yɛ lawyers a wɔbɛtum wɔgyina ma ama wo na wɔagye bibi kakraa bi wɔ abere a wɔbɛtum wɔaboa na wɔ bibiara so akɔdo welfare program kuriyara nso a chairman akwa opede ozugbo adzi onu so behwe na ye nuanom a wo United Kingdom na Ireland nyinara awona woye into event organization photographers awona wo hihye bibia amanfo ye one parties one weddings ni nyina obaka wo nyinara abom dem obeya NDC member biara obenya any event de oye wedding outdooring bibiara no wetu nwa abobo no waye aman wa bra onkotue sika te dem a okakafo bi wo pado ana nchen bi na wa baye da madina man chairman akona nimpemfo so bohwe na abribiara any welfare ana any social issue biara oba affect any member biara no obaba obope wechi na bibiara de wodze mo ana bibiara de woye na wodze bo wo program wa akodo no wetu wa yendam na ahomka wa ba welfare program yi bibia se nyamobo na se chairman akwa obeye chairman wo United Kingdom na Ireland no munsam kakra na me putu hu za atrewi odobobaji na woda boa awo member na woda boa yen NDC MPyi na pebe nazi munua NDC nya ewo United Kingdom na Ireland to waba former chairman akwa nyamobo na sane sakaze biwo na ono so obegina na wahwede mama ka nyinara odebe yi dwuma na party na akwa n'enyim
When you were baby.
Right, you are welcome back to Fire Benny program here, right here at NFM Radio. Mansa Musa, I am ready. Needed to go to Accra to speak to somebody, so now I am back. Yes, so we are discussing how we got to such a place, such a mess, that today the whole country is in a mess. You see, I'm not exaggerating. The reason why I'm saying that it's a mess is that it is somehow been officialized that everywhere or anything you do, you have to either pay bribe or someone got to take bribe. You see, and that for a country to survive is almost impossible, because the laws of the country must work or should be made to work. If the laws of the country is not working, then honestly speaking, we are in trouble. And the only time or when you can see the laws working is where we have a situation here in the UK where it is very difficult for anybody to try to. Let me play music. I'll come back. I need to talk to somebody.
The clergy and the religious distinct, when they speak, they shake the foundation. And it is only the church that will address meaningfully the canker going on. And they want to silence all credible voices. Now, today, we will reveal everything to you. This question has, direct relation with the pronouncements of Reverend Professor Marty. Let me tell you why people do not want Professor Marty to talk. Listen, they have tried, politicians have tried all means, all means, to muzzle me, to get me, but they can't. They come with bribes, fat envelope, $100,000. Listen, listen, listen. I want everybody to listen. Politicians came to my house with fat envelope, $100,000, not cedis, dollars. And also with the promises that, if you keep quiet, we will give you a house at Trazaco with swimming pool. You know what? We will give you 4-wheel drive. You know, these people were lucky. I did not have big dogs in my house. Else I would have released the dogs to bite them for the whole world to ask, Papa Moderator, my boy one again. Papa Moderator, I then I would tell me now you release the dog. Then I will tell them, ask what they came to do. You know what? They have tried all means to muzzle me.
Words that I hate to say. Coons and buffoons, used against people of color for years in the times of slavery. In those days when children, babies, were torn away from their mother's breasts, when brother was turned against brother and sister against sister, when father and mother and child were sold to different bidders. In those painful years, for fear or for some little favor, one brother would say unkind things about another, so that master would whip that brother in public, and the one who reported him gets the crumbs off their table. Beware, African leaders, for you are falling into this trap again. You've been to school, so don't be a fool. Think before you speak to the oppressor. Why would one leader, why would the head of one household rise from his household into another household, only to go and gossip and speak ill of their neighbor, their brother? What do they get? Why, in a time when all are saying, or of course a few are saying, hey, please don't beg, because when you beg, you disgrace us all, does one go to say unkind things about another, to one no better than the oppressor, so that he can get a favor? Think about it. You see, when you say people do not respect leaders, it is not that they don't respect leaders, they don't respect titles. For leadership is in what you do. Remember, there are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. Think.
Law of the jungle. I'm aware of the orchestrated attempts by my opponents to hang the tag of corruption on the necks of my government and myself, despite all the manifest efforts being made to deal with the phenomenon of corruption. I just have one simple answer for them. It will not work. I did not come into public life to enrich myself. So far, every single alleged act of corruption leveled against any of my appointees has been investigated by independent bodies such as SRAJ, the CID, and in some cases by Parliament itself. From the allegations against the then Minister Designate for Energy at his parliamentary confirmation hearings, to that against the former CEO of BOST, to those against the 2 deputy chiefs of staff, to the conflict of interest allegations against the Minister for Finance, to the claims of extortion against the Trade and Industry Minister, to allegations of doubling in visa racketeering against the then Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports, the then Director General of the National Sports Authority, who, even though exonerated by the CID, later resigned, and the chairperson of the board of the National Sports Authority, to the allegations of bribery leveled against the Secretary to the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, to the latest involving the suspended acting CEO of the Public Procurement Authority, PPA, and the dismissed CEO of the National Youth Authority. They have all been investigated or are being investigated by the authorized institutions of the state and not by President Akufo-Addo. It is not my job to clear or convict any person accused of wrongdoing or of engaging in acts of corruption. My job is to act on allegations of corruption by referring the issue or issues to the proper investigative agencies for the relevant inquiry and necessary action. So far, 21 officials of the previous administration are standing trial over their involvement in alleged acts of corruption or causing financial loss to the state, amounting collectively to the tune of some 772 million cedis. Their trials are being conducted in the normal manner, with the safeguards that the law affords all accused persons, so that due process is respected. The courts will at the appropriate moment deliver their verdicts. I'm expectant that the criminal conduct, if any, of those responsible for the banking crisis, which is undergoing detailed scrutiny, will be brought to justice very soon if prima facie evidence of criminality is found, which according to my information is likely. Government is committed to protecting the public purse, and in spite of the recent happenings of the PPAs.
Right, so that was the voice of President Akufo-Addo. Jesus Christ. He said government is still committed protecting the national pride. The government is still committed, though. That was some years back. Therefore, you people have voted for a con man. You people have voted and we got what we vote for. Say, you know. And now they say, Omudi esikani say nyafu. Sawaro.
Masamta.
Eri say.
I'm sorry.
Meti hana jame dwe me ho na msio. Memfra na etiefo ntie NDC ni bia mesabe kano no sensem bi koso a na ka nyina yetie bi. Enti mema wadwo e de ba NFM.
Meje also pa Masamta na wapo muti sai.
Ye hu ye.
Nchawa tiefo nso.
You. Na dia na ekoso.
Masamta said in 90s mobile UK and Ireland. Near Zoom meeting kwa executive meeting. Share any more see be mu da UK and Ireland chapter. Ya beto abana say yi sa heading na feel na yet me move on with our activities towards 2024 and beyond. And so far they are no new goods to unim say
jina how many 1 second jina how many men 1 second jina how many. Okay, about Sabaro, my main flow within the next 5 minutes or so. Hello? Sabaro? Hello, Sabaro? Right.
Statements. Mr. Speaker, we are not angry enough.
Oh, hello.
When you were a baby, your mama told you not
Right, Osibisa and their fire. Metaphorically, fire will burn you, but like I said, every time you want to deal with fire, make sure fire becomes your servant. Don't never make fire your master. Fire becomes your master, you are in trouble. Then it will become your enemy. Anyway, let's enough of the fire thing. Let's go to somewhere in central London to speak to one magnificent lady. Not just pretty face, but a clever one, belonging to the NDC fraternity. Madam Isabella is waiting at the other end of the phone. Isabella, good evening.
Good evening, Master Musa.
A long time. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. How are you?
I am rolling. I'm sitting here at Captain's Bridge and driving the ship.
Whoa, well done. Bravo to you.
Right. Listen, the reason why I wanted to talk to any NDC fella is that, you know, we have a small matter of executive election here in the UK.
Absolutely.
And apart from the bungling and what do I say, the impugn plundering of resources in Ghana by Akufo-Addo and his family. Mm-hmm. Given that we have a failing government, and yet the central bank is pumping and printing so much billions to support a failing government. Then we have the pastor Kolo Furiata still in charge. This concept, I don't know how old you are, but I will tell you that even in Idi Amin's regime, things didn't happen like this. But that's another story to talk about later on. Right now, though, I want to know what is happening. What have you heard? What is the latest feedback on the NDC UK chapter elections?
Thank you, Master Musa, and good evening to all our listeners out there. I'm very honored to join you on air this evening. It's a bit noisy where I am, so I do apologize. I'm in a different function. Back to the question you asked, Master Musa, it's a work in progress. If I have to comment on that, I'm leaving it to the leadership who are in constant discussion about the election in NDC, UK and Ireland. It's a very rocky time for all of us at the moment. All we are pleading with people is to be patient, and now people's patience is running out of hand. A lot of questions is being asked, and most questions or answers are not forthcoming. But what I can assure listeners and yourself is that the leadership is working on it rigorously. I know it's not a pleasant moment for all of us because we want this to happen. We're not able to attend a Congress, which everyone knows can handle. It's unpleasant, yes. It's uncomfortable, yes. But we have to look at the big picture. Just like you said, what is happening in Ghana, no one is left behind. It's pinching everybody. Where do we start from? Is it our finance minister? Is it what is going? Is it a failed leadership? It's all over. We can't even pinpoint any stand at the moment. The ordinary Ghanaian. And that needs to stop. It does need to stop. And that's why NEC, we are saying we are the better alternative. I don't need to go into the nitty-gritty, but it's very appalling. I live in the UK, I go to Ghana regularly, so I can tell you that what is happening is a failed leadership.
So, in this respect, well, we still, as we say, Ghanaians will have to endure 2 more or so years. So, that very little that can be done by any other people. How is, the average Ghanaian, you say you've been to Ghana recently.
Yes, I have.
How is the average Ghanaian looking at things? I mean, for me, I think Ghanaians in general have become too timid. The least that is expected, the least was that Akufo-Addo, wherever he goes, should have been met with demonstrations. Not to be allowed to be sitting, at a deba looking at women shaking or twerking their buttocks and all that and laughing and, having fun and everything. Why do you think we have come to this?
I think it's a situation that saddens my heart and every concerned Ghanaian's heart. I give you a vivid example. I was in Ghana in August, September. I normally run a program called Noviva Foundation, whereby I pick one area in Ghana and come down, and we do like health program for women, children, and the elderly. And I'm just talking about one example. So we went into a shop and we just wanted a box of noodles, among other things that we had to give to the people. And the lady said that if you don't buy a small bag of rice, she wouldn't sell the box of noodles. And I was like, okay, that's Indomie. It's called in Ghana.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, I'm not sure I know about that. And she said, Ayo, send Ediba or something like that. My tree is not very fluent, so forgive me. And what I'm trying to say is that
I won't forgive you. I won't forgive you. You are in trouble.
Oh, I can start speaking if you can't.
I will love Davi. I will love that. So Noviva is like friend come or friend.
Yes.
How is that?
Novi is like a friend or a sister. Novinyeva. So my sister, we are calling you to come over, come and speak to us, come and tell us about you. So if you want me to switch Kaban, I can switch Kaban a bit. Ta me bobede hemi wado volta region la hemi bemi flenula ami ebeni me fle indomiola imajra e monli ya elebemi fle monli kotoku kokpedem ape ya jranami. So what that simply means is that she wants us to buy a small bag of rice before she sell the box of indomie, which we call noodles here for us. How did we get here? It's obviously incompetent, bad leadership, bad decisions have been made. I'm not saying we are the best, but certainly we've got alternatives for Ghanaians. So it's a situation that saddens our heart, and I think the MPP government, nature would not forgive them if they don't turn things around, which I don't think the cards on the table is looking very good for the next 2 years. And what we can plead, we can continue to encourage Ghanaians that they would have to endure, because I was told 4 more for Nana. That's the phrase I was hearing all over in Ghana. And to the best of my knowledge, we've already done 1 or 2 years for Nana, and there's still going to be 2 more years. So what we are pleading is they should make the best of decisions this time. They should vote for the right candidates. They should vote for the people who have Ghana at heart. They should vote for NDC, because I believe in what we believe in. Look at the structures, infrastructure, the list goes on and on. I'm not saying we don't have mistakes that we have done, but certainly it's work in progress.
Surely an NDC government, the people within the NDC themselves wouldn't allow, for instance, a finance minister who happens to be the president's cousin or brother to remain in office while things are being bungled. I mean, look, in all the examples that we have, the Argentina, the Caribbean, all those countries that have defaulted or had problems, there's not a single country that their finance minister actually benefited from the economic woes of the country and still, stayed to, I don't know how to say, but this is wrong. It is wrong. This is clear impunity, stealing. And why Ghanaians are just looking on, I'm surprised.
Mansa Musa, can I come in there?
Please.
You and I live in the United Kingdom, and you know that when people are elected into office, at some point in time, if they are not delivering, what do? We ask the people to step aside and bring fresh ideas. We bring fresh people on board who have fresh ideas, who have certain other strategies apart from the one the other person has. That's what we have to do. And I'm sure we've been calling for this for a while. But as to who is listening, as to if the president is listening, I don't think so. Because the finance minister could have done us all a favor and stepped aside.
It's true, because the normal trend of events, if a company goes bust or goes bankrupt, the first thing is the management is removed. Fresh new people brought in. In Ghana, Akufo-Addo said, no. My person will stay there. And I don't know. It makes me think, how will they hand over? Because there's so much to hide. There's so much secret to be revealed. So how will Akufo-Addo hand over? This is where I tend to think, if we are not careful, we will have to go through that final showdown, that unfortunate, bloody final showdown that other countries had gone through. What do you think? Maybe I'm being too over pessimistic.
We are praying that we don't get to that level. That's why we are dialoguing. Ex-President John Mahama had said it very clearly. Now, step forward is to dialogue, is to engage, is to discuss, but I don't think that is happening appropriately. And we pray Ghana don't get to that line where they've got it to their neck. That's the prayer. And we are urging Ghanaians. We are a peaceful country, and we don't want it to be a bloodshed. We don't want it to get to that level, because people of Ghana are peaceful people. So we are pleading with them. It's a difficult situation. It saddens our heart. And I'm sure our parliamentarians will continue to dialogue if that word exists.
Let's hope so. Madam, my kid sister Isabella, that please, what is the second name? I only wrote Isabella, so
Dietson,
yeah?
Dietson, yes, as the Hoover, the vacuum cleaner Dietson.
Oh, okay, now I'll write it. I'll write it down so that I won't forget. Right, listen, thank you. I know you are busy, doing something else. So hopefully, very soon we'll have some feedback from your local people here too, because we need to move on, don't we?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me, and greetings to all your listeners. Well done for all you do. I listen to you most of the time when I have the time, and I think you're doing a fantastic job, Master Musa. So well done.
Before you go, though, I need to know when you think you'll be available to come live, come to the studio, come and help me, talk things. I mean, I will leave the studio for you to carry on.
That's right. Can we speak about that behind doors?
No problem at all. No problem at all.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a very good evening.
You too. Take care. Have a good weekend. Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Right. So that was me with one of the NDC top women folks. And we needed to discuss this thing. I need to look for this young fella who called earlier on, Sabaro. And so what happened is that me and Sabaro, we needed to talk. Then Auntie Isabella Dyson came in, and we couldn't. Hello, Sabaro.
Master.
Sorry about that too. Now, Obasima Auntie Isabella Dyson.
Oh, okay.
Inti ono na nka esa menene kasa first na we nya hunti e trade of frame na osu gina so na so ene menene kasa because so wa wunim some I wano enya ade awota enya omo inti da bia obenya omo no na ese ye kasa su kwesi su airfre inti dia be ye se me be ye no conference inti menko.
Okay.
So let's merge it. Where is the merger? I think we should be able to merge it from here. Okay. Mami adequacy. Then I will merge it and we'll go from here. You are listening to Mansa Musa. It's about 26 minutes past 8 here in London, the same time in Turkey. Now let me merge it. I will merge it, then we can all talk together. Gozi?
Yeah, Mansa Musa.
Good evening. Na mene Sabado, ye starting command ebe munti jina hona ye no conference call. Sabado?
Yes, Mansa Musa.
Aha, inti na command me pesa bi ni udi ni say so far no a format is what have you heard regarding more election wo kromano? Say me say official you kasa mba but na mo se mo ye meeting bi ni ade enti dia na what has transpired?
Yeah, the chairman said master Mr. Chief problem is yeah, kind of say my boss
Kwesi Akwa, yeah.
Yes, the aspirant chairman. Yeah, kind of say master Mr. Say himself omoti committee bia and the 18th of February no mo wi o mo juma o mo do mo report na akoma craft. And Timeno ka say and the 18th the report will be forward to the crowd to whatever they come out with. Now a craft will take something from it now or more after the next move or mobile. Maybe free say time we all need to move on from Macau Metin now. Say any part and crown in the castle in Quatrabana, why? Because of the national executive London branch near Ukraine Ireland near and the 13th May I shall to go to elect our leader. Now say and also the other corner will be left out. Now mean who the purpose of the chapter anyway. So I think with this, they need to come together. Na yetimi ekabum na yetwama no many free. So me hope
what's the 13th May?
It's 13th May no they elect the leader of the NDC.
Oh, Ghana. Okay.
Yes, Ghana. I was say yes, so our voice needs.
And by then, no, Pacha said, Mono Nature said, you people should have settled everything here.
Yes, me Pacha said, Nama no something. I was saying, Yetimi settle all your hold down.
Yes.
Now Yetimi na rep. Obey call Akudina your name because. National one no yan can be national executive by election woman. You need voice woman. And she say your voice with the choosing of the leader who becomes our leader. And also no, it won't sit down well with the
no.
Then on who could be executive. What is the point of say your war executive? Because decision be a cost now and my party we have been left out. And then you'll be soon a year premier Yantimia organize the young community. Then the free said, Nano, Nipa, Obia, or the position, they need to think of the party test for the 2024 election and beyond. Acquire a bit to me, I capture seat, I capture more MPs, and we need the presidency, and only a focus at the moment.
And then I may share clip of Bia, I'm say something coffee, is it coffee and more being or Sabivisa? I'm so saying his sister cry MP for MPP for no na or announce a platform be say or no be voting for NDC. I don't know so what share that clip now. One
the support has been there, but the support to know why. Yani ankasa no so I was here organize we just anchor for no more bana where to. But so more by any fee now our house are not organized. We cannot organize ourselves properly. How do you expect visitors to come? I don't think I was we need to come together. Now you're thinking about the party first. Now you move on. To me free say the committee report from the corner. Accra need to act fast. Said the you bet me any election in them. I hear all togetherness about issues about addressing them and sana occasion on my chat on 13th May 2023 now. But because many know can say you say and he started planning how we can adopt constituencies back home after 30 years Juma underground. But because of party we executive or mobile power or mobile year Juma to how to plan ahead. But make us say the who said report now. Something better will come from next week. Going said the Bayer Nano. You better I move. I know UK and Ireland issue for 100% moving forward when the NDC side.
Maybe to boss name bisa Kwesi comrade Kwesi so you are not in a hurry, are you?
Well, we were best 15 minutes to spare anyway.
Okay. All right, that's
It's
good.
Chairman.
Kwesi,
Yeah, Musa.
hey, why so low a voltage?
Sorry, apologies.
Why so low voltage?
Don't worry, I'll warm up.
I want the vim.
Before that, Michia, listeners, let me say hello to your listeners and say hello to Sabato as well. Sabato, long time. I hope all is well with the family.
Good, Chairman. Thank you.
Yeah, Musa. With you.
Okay. Now, says about Casano, it.
Oh, me too. Oh,
because okay, it be said how kind of good. Now maybe you didn't say anything again, so I thought maybe you didn't hear him. But
no, that's okay. I heard about it. But connection here, brilliant.
Okay,
thanks.
Because it's a conference call. Anyway, Kwesi also about quietly so far, because whatever it is they are telling Accra. There should be some hint though. Wakle BBI okay. Another BBI okay. What have you got to tell us?
Thank you so much, and I would like to say hello to your listeners as they are listening to us. The only thing pending, Mansa Musa, is that yes, like Sabato said, the 5-member committee are waiting to submit their report. All right. Yeah, we have other subcommittees. The committees are Umuye Juma, that is the chapter electoral committee itself, the vetting committee, and appeal committees. So the 5-member committee who are now handling the election are also waiting for their report from the other subcommittees so that they can put their total report together. Now, Musa, what is happening is that, let me be frank and brutal with you. The current committees who are working, they are having a huge task, which has to do with a lot of corrections. You see, some of the mistakes that happened from 2018 to date within the branches, which has to do with membership dues and all that, they are trying to resolve it. They are trying to clear it. So technically, some of us as contestants, we want the system to be cleaned properly so that when we take over, we make sure that we have a clean data to work with. But however, Mr. I think Sabato said it all. Listen, I would like to send a message to all NDC voters, good standing, who are listening to this program. We want to plead to all of them. Now, we have election to win in 2024. Now, if me, Kwesi Akwara, become the chairman of this chapter, I want everybody on board. We have only 1 year to organize ourselves so that we can go and support Ghana with our might. What we need as a chapter is unity, togetherness. Whatever work the committees are doing for us, Musa, we all have to come together and support them so that whatever they need, they will submit it. Musa, I think that, like Sabato said, yes, I think now I'm not in an executive position. You know, I was a chairman. I handed over this current election. So I know that the Chapter Electoral Committee are still finalizing the issue of the dues and other outstanding issues to be cleared. So, yes, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and our fingers are crossed. So we'd like to plead to all members, those who are on the platforms, those who are on the other WhatsApps, that look, we belong to one party. After the election, we have a work to do, Mansa Musa. So that is where we are. And inshallah, this election will come and pass. Reconciliation will take place. Then NDC will go and fight Nana Akufo-Addo and NPP and wrestle power from them. That is where we are, Mansa Musa.
I see. So as we stand, things stand. There is no hint of anybody being disqualified or any issues coming up, and we are sure that everything is done and we are ready to go.
Musa, we are waiting for the reports. So let's wait for the full reports as it will come up. Because as I speak, nobody, I don't know if Sabato can tell you, you haven't seen the report. Me, Kwesi, I have not seen the report. We are doing our campaign. We are waiting for, you see, the report will come to go to Accra, like Sabato said. Then if the report comes out and somebody is disqualified or whatever, then the person can appeal. Whatever. There are processes, Musa. So there are processes. You see, Musa, let me give you a bit of history. You know, the 2028 Chapter Electoral Committee, me Kwisakwa was part of the committee. Even during those days, we disqualified some individuals because the guidelines that came, some individuals did not qualify. So we have to disqualify them. So these processes that we are going through as well, if somebody is disqualified, there will be an appeal process for that individual to appeal. Okay, so the processes, you see, the party, they have whole stretches in place, which they are making sure that, look, the register is clean. So that when we go and we elect our leader, we elect somebody. You see, Sabato said something which are most graceful, that even if we are 10 or 15 people to go and elect our leader, so be it, Masubusa. That is where we are. So we are all waiting for the report from the committee. But the committee has a huge task to do, Musa. So we are all wishing them well. And we hope and pray that they come up with their reports.
So, as it is, you are still very sure of yourself. You are relentless about your quest to become chairman, or you are just thinking, make us stop. Where are you now?
Musa, even Sabato himself has assured me that, chairman, keep going. Thank you, Sabato. Now, listen, Master Musa, this NDC UK and Ireland, we are family. Me, Kwesiakwa, I put myself down to make sure that, look, Musa, whatever challenges that we are facing in UK here, we reform it. If you look at my manifesto, Musa, it is all in there. And I've included even welfare into it, so that when Kwesiakwa become the chairman of this chapter, after doing the politicking aspect of it, Musa, I will ensure that welfare become one of the bane of my administration. So, Musa, NDC is in my blood. Because of that, I'm going to go all out to make sure I win this election. Not that I'm boasting, but I'll make sure that my message will be clear to voters. I will tell them I'm coming in as a unifier, so that when they finish the election, whatever we have to do in terms of reconciliation, we do it together. So what I don't like to happen is that we create too many cracks, that when we finish the election, the issue of reconciliation become a problem for me. I want to plead with everybody, other contestants, but other chairmen who are contesting, that look, let's talk to our groups, that look, we don't need to fight within it. This is an internal election. We have a bigger fight to do. That is the Nakufadu and NPP. That is where the big problem is, Musa. So yes, I'm still pushing ahead to become the chairman of UK and Ireland. Unless you want me to step down.
All right. Kwesi, who am I?
Do you know, Dr. Baumia, his Christian name is called Timothy. Do you know?
Now I know.
Okay, so now I'm telling you, as this is by the other side. It's called Timothy.
Timothy, and you have Pastor Oforiata.
yeah, these MPP guys,
rejoice in the Lord.
You see, all of them, if you go to GRA, even their boss there too, I'm told is a pastor. All of them, see, this is what is happening to our country, Ghana, Manso Musa. We have politicians, instead of them to go and sit down on the seat and see to the governance of the state for the people, they are said they are all Christians. You see, Christianity is not a bad thing, we agree. But the state, Ghanaians, what Ghanaians need is bread, butter, roof over their head, meals. We need to resolve the problem for them, Manso Musa. Those are the things a politician does when you get the position to serve. We are not doing all that, Manso Musa. You see, there is something going on in Ghana. And we, all of us have to be concerned. When they close a lot of Ghana banks, now we have a lot of Nigerian banks operating in Ghana. Do you know that? And do you know the consequences of that thing? So now, if you have a Nigerian banks operating in Ghana, you know the consequences?
No.
You can easily transfer money onto an offshore account. Those are the dealings that is going on, Master Musa, and it is very shameful. So it is time that National Democratic Congress in UK and Ireland, other diaspora, we bring ourselves together. There is something, let me say, that's a quick one before maybe I stop. And you see, Musa, NDC is a huge political party. In Ghana, the party is focused. We are poised. We have done the branch elections in Ghana. We have done the constituency elections in Ghana. We have done the regional elections in Ghana. We have done the national elections in Ghana. What is left for us to do is the parliamentary and the flag bearership. So the bigger party as NDC, we are focused. We are determined where the election will take place, the polling station. That is where 2024 we are going to base our focus on. So we in the diaspora NDC and the way we are behaving here, it is not good. Either we remain focused and we go and be part of the team, or we forget it.
Are you?
If you want to be, yes, if you want to be part of the team in Ghana to win election, Musa, it is better we come together and say, look, this is an internal election.
Okay.
Anybody who wins the chairmanship position, we all come together and say, Chairman, congratulations, let's move on. So those are the things, Mansa Musa, some of us are pushing for.
Kwesi, thank you very much for your time.
Okay. On that note, I would like to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. And to all my supporters, my ardent supporters who are listening to me this evening, I would like to assure them that, no, the party structures are working in terms of this, our pending election. We'd like to say apologies for that delay and the stress we are all going to, Mr. We are all stressed out with this election. Because look, constantly I'm posting my campaign message. I believe you are receiving some now and then. I'm even tired with this sort of constant campaigning. So it is time we get this thing cleared off. Then members will get their peace of mind. They will move the party forward.
Okay.
And I heard you talking to Isabella. Isabella, my greetings to you. And I greet all the NDC fraternity folks in the United Kingdom here. Musa Sabato, thank you so much and good evening, Sabato.
You. Yes, you that's it. Yes, you that's it, baby.
That's it, baby. Apologies for that, sir.
You. All right. Okay. Adia. Hello, Hajia. Oh, no, it's not Hajia. It's Abolo. Hello, Abolo. Okay, hang on. Maybe I haven't got the correct line for you. So hold it. Let me see. Okay, hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you clear.
Okay, so now we are loud and clear. Yes, Akwaba. Mm. You dear, you like Mansu? Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. What a shame! What a shame! Wrong. Me wrong because by now no. Sen kanra and omo refer to Accra and then no omo tia beka bibia kire ekrum hafo. But after no omo refer, I don't know what they are referring to today. Honestly, no, I mean, I just somebody any day. Me assure sir, I had here. Me assure sir, I had here. The current chairman no is not involved. That's the way I see it.
No. No, because me, no, I think it different. Oh, sir, you're national. They were now the chairman because we use the chairman,
what can they say? We are sure, say, this particular, your friend is saying, committee, the chairman or two sisters, he is involved.
Mostly, we use the chairman, the organizer, and the secretary. To do the, because everybody feels, every second election, no quality. It is a chairman incumbent independent from the people in part of the committee. So, I don't know, but because it's chairman, but I think that you put it into, so you put the ability. I think that every party, the opposite so that's what very important. The Senate chairman has the autonomous power. So the public is national. So that the meeting is over. So that is shady that power. Meeting is over. So you need national. I don't think that the judge in the head can say, therefore you really simple.
Ma, jina hona bimbusa me hwade.
Mr. Man.
Also, good evening.
Good evening.
Unia a friend saying Abolo ewo Accra and I'm in eating commerce here. Now, on the Ensembia to draw, me nim dia say me yes sure about it. Mimbu South Straight, I don't know so what tea and come on a ye dinner, but Mimbu South Straight say the electoral committee the processes now of course to say no. Mo chairman who is still the chairman of the chapter no, is he involved in in any way? Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Mojong, but for me in brief. Good evening to your listeners and good evening to you in Abolo. Let's have a free Accra buy-in. Say the 3-member committee, electoral committee, they are taking over the election. So the committee is going to work with the vetting committee, electoral committee, and the API committees. So the chapter executive got nothing to do with this election. So the Jamaican so into your secretary one.
You too.
And the committees, like the first idea. Yeah, chapter committee, near 3 committees and they can board in yeah kabum I process now election ya pass but now no yeah yes according to Accra letter by years in chanting and none the three committee they say they deal with the process with the three committees, you know. See, none of Obia like either your chapter secretary or your chapter chairman, the echo to be none of committee not take you over. And to be uncle, maybe some your chapter chairman, some your secretary, and your communication center. When I may take over this let's do. Yes, and
I see. Abolo.
Musa.
So the okay what you say. The current chairman will have nothing to do with anything that is happening.
Me see me kakra me wakano. Me just going forward before then. Nanka. Ena anko ye ena ye piom gunje.
Yes.
Me see atia.
Yes.
Okay, comrade. Me ana me can't Musa ni say. Meaning going for any election here at least the current chairman is part of the electoral committee.
No,
but
currently no. No. Pacho, we have to answer. Terms of reference nearby, the current chairman cannot be part of the committee. Yes, Anna, your constitution here. The current chairman cannot be part of electoral committee. Electoral committee, you know, according to the guidelines nearby, yay. Chapter executive, any say a consensus near electoral committee, vetting committee, and appeal committees, then you saw in. Chairman cannot be part of this committee, so they make us ultimately.
Anyway, also, what's your war? Oh, Jumamunti, me and Fabio back.
Oh, other question, yeah,
also, Omo Basu, Isabella Dyson. Kwesi Akwa Sabaro. Also Joe also say obeba later. But obi obeba behind this ni bi me person me busa say and should be the D-Day 18th. So far no feedback and answer updates ben. I mean your official, but what have you heard?
So the update is now no we are waiting for the committee, the committee new interim committee no. They will give us any communication beyond the from NECO.
And so far, no monte as to whether they have been able to, especially clean the register, and everyone voted is clean to go. Sometimes in this sort of thing, no, at least leakages be bad. Now say multi 18 sem kakra, and now say is it the fact to say? Still, no, they are not performing. They have not been able to do anything.
They are working very hard because they are working very hard behind the scenes. And, you know, there's no need to say because they have to issue official statement. And we are waiting for the official statement from the committee na share these elections. You know, we know can say Obiaka the date we have. Me, I can tell you, say, in your officiality being from when to be a candidate to be a master, I can tell you it's not true. It's no,
but say data share. I'm just asking my question. Data share in the 18th, which I say,
and 18th, yes.
They should have finished their work, and it's not about presenting it to Accra. It's about telling the people here we are finished, and this is it. Because we are. I mean, why are they telling Accra say? Why are they telling Accra say we na mono Accra no decide be answer no be catch them. Maintias here.
Madam sir, we check Accra. Yes, also was a questions. But the committee, letter came from Accra. Makasha was the Makasa answer me second be. The chapter na wa ye so you say
yes.
Because the headquarters is in Accra. In Tieva election, they give us terms of reference, my guidelines. Near the committees, near the elections. Because of now, no, I'm not taking over. Say you register, you be clean, be come and sign them out. Because so when you're ready, we are because of now, I don't can say. As far as I'm filing fees, or filing nomination in we are yet to see your best send will be a letter. So you are clear to go. This person is clear to go. You know, see, because you're trying to see, so you say, oh, time saying a national draw. It means that now you try the ultimate here. Because of say all the aspirants in I was say or more official letter by say me also I'm clear to go contest. I'm clear. This person.
When this official responsible
committee now that committee no take over from the election. Take over.
Yeah, but that particular letter shouldn't depend on what Accra will say.
No. No, madam, listen carefully. Me catch you say the committee and it came from Accra.
Yes.
It is only human being. Yeah, committee cannot report to us. They can't report to us.
So vetting. Hello. Yes.
Also, the comment, was talking about vetting committee.
No. Interim committee.
No. Me busa question about vetting. Me vetting question say. The vetting committee, right? Omuka interim committee no homu. But vetting does not necessarily have to pass through Accra and also.
No. I mean saying the vetting committee, every or vetting they will send the report to the what you can say interim committee now. Yet automatic over from the election. Yes. It's almost second report. Can we say interim committee? No, one member from Accra is part of it. And the report more and more. They will also send the report to Accra.
Anyway.
Sunday process in it here because it's as a chapter committee. Now near years in chain. Interim committee should be and say electoral committee.
It is a ambassador delay near the idea and I come to about 3rd of December there and Accra reference in Embassy and yes sir.
No, say almost say 3rd of you share Amazon. Now we're not taking over. We are waiting say interim committee so Saka more report.
No, question me won't. I'm just asking Sam. Sa delay any confusion man can move to 3rd of December. And sa referring to Accra near the day and and I say even up to then Ukraine can refer to Accra.
No, say that's a society winning now and vetting committee I can have vetting committee feel maybe one more important on reporting back out and I quite the same process. Normally, I say, oh, this person can go, this person cannot go. Maybe you are disqualified, the same process. The same process.
No, my question is, that wouldn't have to go to Accra before. Because of the further confusion, delay, anything Accra, I take over. And yes, I'm not here.
You Ukraine, say, we be Mackenzie and near, we be say, date near Senator, we will go to Accra, say, you date your processing. The Accra will choose members from. They will choose people from Accra to supervise our election. Yes,
okay. But I don't know me but what I'm asking is, the 3rd of December, no, Saturday, no, you fancy by let's say 1st of December. Now, enka group na wo ha no ewie omo adwuma. 1st of December, no. So we are ready to vote on 3rd of December. And no, it's not for Accra to scrutinize or anything. It's just that because of these delays near the Adeno and Accra, it take over proper. And yes, I'm not here.
Now, because of delay they suspended letter from Accra. Suspended election. So further notice.
I feel some Matthias here. say kwesi akwa na opeso ofre so what time gina hona me yen no conference
no problem
yeah abolo kasa
the comment I will be and they say there was a 3rd December and 14th January came never do chapter 9 and it's not regional and never do no I my brother no crowd so be defending. As I say, and can never be Koyanka election and I read that.
Yes.
I
think that is the point. Kwesi asaba ma emse kwesi so clear baby. Kwesi.
Yeah, Mr. Musa, I'm fair. Like you are trying to resolve it. Your last statement, has cleared the issue. You see, Musa, what we are dealing with is a constitutional issue. Now, number one, sir, this chapter, according to the Constitution, we're able to do everything. We don't need Accra. Accra will only come and supervise the day of election. What I say? If the process, like Abolo was saying, the chapter here is like a constituency. So you see, Abolo was sometimes referring to you like the chairman was part of it. Yes, the processes itself per the Constitution. If everything is in order, everything data registration, everything is order. The chapter executives have to supervise every processes. Then on the 3rd December that election should have taken place, all what the chapter will do is that they will inform Accra and they will come and supervise the election. Then we will go through all this.
I've got some message here, and that message, before I read, have you, Kwesi or friend Usu, any of you received any email about, say, the committee sending? They are finished and they have sent their report to Accra. Have you received any email like that?
Musa, listen. With the email, if the committee finishes their report, they will submit their report to the appointees.
Yes. Okay. What I'm saying is, look.
So we have
a committee. They are finished. You guys are waiting. When I you are doing all campaign for a long time. Now, what I'm saying is, have you received any email from the committee saying that, look, they have finished and they have sent their report to Accra?
No email has come to
Thank you. That's all the question. Also, have you received any email?
No email. You see, finally, before I go, no email.
No, not before you go. No, hang on, don't go yet. Also, have you received any email?
That email, email.
Okay. A year, I'll say. It appears the chapter no longer updates members via email. Why? What prevents the committee from updating members on the progress of their work? He who seeks equity must come with clean hands. Anyway, I don't understand what he means by that, but okay, I understand that. Okay, all right, fine. Or say, and then the question say, also is just deviating from the substance. The committee's work ends today, so ethically they should have updated the members on the progress of work. They have to brief members, not just aspirants, and indicate whether they have sent their report to Accra or this is administrative wise.
Point of interest. Sorry, you see, Musa, we need to give.
Let me land, then I'll let you speak. I'll give you time. For administration, say things to work, managerial, some of these things, their work and their communication to tell people that, look, we are finished and we have sent the report to Accra. So let's wait for a response to Accra. That is a form of communication that should come to you people by now. But now we are just assuming. You guys are assuming that they have sent their confusion. They have sent their work. They have sent it to Accra. We are just assuming. You don't know.
Musa, let me hazard something that will leave Musa a chance to
go on.
The good thing is that for now, the committee should come up and say that, look, we have finished our report.
Exactly.
They have not. All you know, Musa. They may have maybe reached a point they are putting their full report together. We should give them that opportunity. Look, listen.
It is still communication. It's still communication. Today is
I agree.
Today is
Musa,
18.
I agree with you 100%.
We shouldn't be assuming.
Musa,
this should have been
give me the platform.
This should have been on the party. If you people say you want change, you want to do this, then you have to learn to do things properly. This should come to you, Kwesi.
Listen.
Mr. Kwesi, comrade, we have finished or we haven't finished. We have done this. We've sent it to Accra. So let's wait. You haven't received anything. So what are you defending?
Master Musa, it's not a matter. Give me the platform to speak to you and your listeners, please. You see, the point is that you have a committee who have to finish their report, put the report together. The challenge and the quantum of the report they are working with, Musa, you don't have a clue. Me, as I speak to you, I'm here to have the clue. The difficulty they are facing.
See, we are going around in circles. You should have a clue. You should.
Musa, what I'm saying is that, Musa, we should have to wait for the committee to say that, look, per the investigation we did, we have seen ABCZ, we are cleaning this. When we finish, we put all the reports. We need maybe 2-3 days further. Okay. So please, don't, you see, what you are doing on here, we agree. The difficulty that members and voters have, we agree. But as a party and the structure, the committee will finish their report.
How do you know they are facing difficulties?
Yeah, but Musa, how do you know? I'm insider. You are presenter and outsider.
If you are insider, why that you don't know anything? Why is it that you don't know anything?
You are telling me, Musa, you are telling me you know even more than me insider.
I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not saying I know more than you. I'm saying the proper thing is that by now, you shouldn't be assuming. You should say, look, we have been told that they are finished.
Musa, what you are doing, you are speculating on that. I'm telling you
are rather speculating. You are telling me that. How did you know that they have sent their report to Accra? How did you know that?
Musa, what you are doing on there, let me tell you this. Stop speculating. You see, when
Kwesi, Kwesi, I'm not speculating. No. It is you rather speculating. I'm saying that what you are telling me, you should have it in written. Not just to speculate that, you think they are finished and they have sent it to Accra. Do you know if they have done that?
Musa, let me tell you this.
You see?
This morning, I have made a bit of, I'm a candidate investigation.
Yeah.
Take time and listen carefully, unless you're listening.
I am listening carefully, my friend.
The NDC, National Democratic Congress, they have stretchers. So when there's a problem, they put stretchers in place to deal with the problem. You see, like Abola was telling you, if the current chapter leadership should have managed the election properly, we wouldn't have been where we are.
Yes.
For now, per the Constitution, if the current executives are not able to go to Congress, then Accra would step in and take over. So Accra has stepped in, they've taken over the election processes. So Accra has appointed a committee to supervise the election processes.
Yes.
Musa, as I speak to last night, per my investigation, there's some nitty-gritty they are trying to clear. Because the problem which has to do with the good standing of individuals, just payment and everything, they are doing auditing to make sure that the data is well clean. Musa, don't let us rush on air. You see, me myself, I said, look,
Kwesi, take it from me. Good practice. Whenever you guys are told, please take it. When you advise me on something, I will take it. Good practice detects that information is very important. I'm not saying that they should come and put their spreadsheet, everything, names, and no. But even you, as a top man in the group, you don't have to be assuming. They should have email a week ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. That, Kwesi, this is where we have reached. So please bear with us or something. You don't have nothing. Not only you, all of you.
No, I agree with you.
Thank you.
Lack of information.
Thank you.
Their lack of information. That one. You see, some time ago, myself, I spoke that. Look, also I was charged out. Like, some of the communication department should come and speak to you and have a discussion with you about the processes where it has reached. Apologies to maybe listeners and all this. Where we are, Musa, they are cleaning the system in terms of the register. It's difficult. We agree. So we apologize that we are where we are because of certain.
Are you apologizing on the behalf of the committee?
No, on the party in the UK here. As for you see the challenge you have.
Okay.
It's a party in the UK here, not the entire party. As for the entire party in Ghana, they are focused and they are going ahead with programs. It is the party in UK here. That is where we are having. So we are apologizing that no, Musa, we are where we are. But with time, Musa, we want a better register to go and vote. So we plead that yes, some of us are listening to you. They should maybe come and maybe issue a bill. This is where we are. Technically, this election will come and pass with a clean voter register. So my apologies for dragging this matter, but I agree with the communication bit. Yes, it must be sorted. Please, there's something being worked on. So thank you so much for understanding me.
Thank you too. Thank you,
sorry to drag this matter. I'm out.
No. We are not dragging anything. It's okay. I mean, we have to sometimes, speak loud and sharp to everything so that we come to a conclusion. It's nice. It's good. It's good to come.
Yes, Madam Sir.
Also bet me to me one message. Must me na me takrabo jem. But me the good practice no. Good practice no. They bia no. Ye nyina ye di ano bia so na ye hama MPP for ni jim mensa na ye say communication and nyoma kitinkiti bi ni nyina katasu muasu ni some way bi emfa ho to bia ma bia. But we are where we are. We are where we are.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure one of the listeners also you debated from questions now. Them can one could say process of insanity, a critical over the nation. But I dare I had when he said I was saying committee no and my brief the chapter members election time we are hasn't make up.
What is can you say briefing intermittently crana and in particular no. This should be emailed to you guys. And look, this is we have reached a certain stage. We have sent it to Accra, so let's wait for the response. Something like that. Everybody is assuming, say, oh, they have done this, they have done this. It's not good. About for but people because akoye obinyonko they be am against your friend saying Ekufado obinyonko ntibu to me nka. Oh, comrade, it's Muntminka. If people are not fit for the job, tell them.
I was thinking every week to be brief chapter members can say, I need to. I want to make some way and every has to make up by Samika. German about Aberdeen and say, it is a leg, say, better committee for new more reports. As I'm saying, and in some babies see. Potential committee now rejected. Better committee report. You see, it is alleged.
What can you maintain? What's it then?
You see, it is alleged that better committee view with you, on my report. And the call back to the interim committee now are rejected.
You say the vetting committee have done their report.
Yes, we say it is alleged.
Alleged. And they send it to where did they send it to?
Well, Madam Sam, we say it is alleged. It's
alleged. No. They be their own kind of bodin, but we can say we'll say it is alleged that the vetting committee has finished and what next?
And also they should send a report to the interim committee.
And the interim committee says alleged they have rejected.
Yes. You say it is alleged.
Oh no. If fine, and they will accept it, of course. I mean,
my say it's alleged. It will be up on. They should take me on.
No. Every day you are right to say it. If it's alleged, at least.
Oh yeah, it's alleged. Yeah, nobody should call me because as someone who see PB and what you say, will be true. What you say, my also say it's alleged. I'm more report no, and I interim committee rejected. Reporting. And some people are cost correlation, but will be able to be kind of correct. Somebody take a tragum a reading. Meanwhile, reading you see me person qualify. So we could track 72. You shouldn't hide.
What's it reading Nipa Ahena officially?
72. the 72, a buy any person qualified to someone to
Nipa 6 and I say qualified better. Mugo shame when Nipa 72 negum.
72, one time I kind of crazy. Why should we hide? Say what I say. When you know,
this is fraud, though. This is fraud.
Yes, what I'm saying. When you're not dragging, you'll be on the sort of kind of what I say. Because come say, also tell me a rebel. This is what is going on in this election. People trying to rig this election. People are trying to rig this election. What I'm saying, Kakaba will take over. I'm kind of corruption in some, the charter members in my cafe. The charter future is in your own hands. It's in your own hands. Charter members now, I'm going to talk about in the free. People say power. The same people now you can want some party never power.
As somebody is right. Someone is saying, he said, whether they finish or not, they must update us tonight.
Yes, you need to update. I need that person is right. 101% right. Say, and you be a necra. I was saying every week be a my update.
You.
But
say, lack of information. And
why should we hide all this?
It doesn't help.
It
doesn't help.
Maka, then kind of create because of so be person going to answer. We person going to and yeah, massa, and Kaka will come and take over the social election. They are the India. It kind of create. Maka also tell Maka. Say it's alleged. Maka. Airtime. You can't be say, I'm going to say to be ambassador. We can't help areas are covered one yet. Maka Mazamusa. So we can saw reggae, no corner, this and this. Meanwhile, as party never power, the same person will go and take position in Accra. Because I take corruption and will come and say, you won't do it. My party doesn't belong to anybody. The fund and of service will call. The party treaty and sim, who will come up, be ambassador. Party warrior. Even the founding fathers come and say, and this you can lecture, where are they? You know, in a power and can you someone check? We bedroom baby. We didn't people will think, say, oh, we could have power, and then we election in want that. Now, an election they do 4 years, they do. And to let your work speak for itself, maybe also a child. Maybe buy a contest at a youth organizer, you disqualify me. You call as the communication officer. I 4 years. Some years in Papa, I didn't Papa. They should kick me. But the boy also said, you call election, will be contesting. I just will be contesting. How?
Me and me Baba contest too.
I could bear me the power. How, Madam, why? So, we come back to be a contest. We ain't talk. Some of the name. Meanwhile, to be crowned on last election, no call on post. We two answer now. Why should we do this by ourselves? I'm a party, yeah, prior 10 times, the partner, and this you can allow chapter. That's what I'm saying. When I was in Ghana, and this you can allow chapter.
I'm just about a friend, Abolo, Pessoa Camiabolo.
Comment about you. And comment, Madam Musa. Messi, your movie, your best sacrifice here, as you carry a chapter now. Money yet, Obibia or Yuki, any other than say, Omodi in Como, and you are carrying the Amway to me. And that crowd, that's to say, on Metias in the Matamusa, 30 are refer as an Abakra. Matamusa. Me abolo one. And yet abroad normal party now. It's a general question, me from my man to me. Me boss former chief of staff below the Debra. Me can because we take for it and then me boss echo share our word. Word me Osman Ayariga, National Deputy Youth Organizer. Word and and I'm the chief question. Me talk to the sense, if you are not beat you, no, because I branch on the other side, no, if I'm not If you are not Muslim, you are very fine. mean say UK Arena chapter you organizing here. Now I am the say come go to the can say anka chapter me organizing na be yi anka. Current chairman of the way committee ni mu. I say the minimum me can't make say letter committee no. The current chairman will be part of it. But I say chapter 9 the regional take you over. Now Master Musa I said beside me say on the 18th no. Aspirants no. Epe guidelines every koye ni omo ya clear omo ya clear and I say aspirants ni per se ya refer asema bakra na.
Ayo, good question.
Me ya asema bakra da been due and aspirants no. Say Matamuta election obi a won election me say the constituent executive ne akoso enne no ama most of the aspirants aboka because what can you say and then I am no guidelines say who can one and can who fit nanka we no a vetting committee that vetting committee no assistant on almost clear obia that the date about 3rd December only for 40th for January actually let it be a clear obia and then you have guidelines any for election I say I refer to Nabakra now who costs
Anyway
8 years ago because she had Dr. George Mewo Kumasi they go hit my pot of you know. Maybe see, me castle be a rescue of UK Arena chapter. And can you be a Kayamu be a fair to me? But after this, I won't say, comrade, for the Chelsea, the parties are qualified by now and can you claim the person to do. Yeah, but what is the time you may never put you stop to it. That chapter enough and to my baffler. Now, I am not near Kayamu, and I not to UK Arena chapter. But Matamuta, I don't need that. Yeah, about the Tomu.
You listen, Mummy and Winna, send me Damwasi. Na me come in Kakra. Yeah,
the last one is yeah, the last one is in an party near you see be a debut, we one of the cancer. Once I'm sorry. You might have to me person about 1-on-1. Because and some is semi bonus and then some bar. All my small they can but because I'm straight me stay back Kakra because and some no I'm sorry.
The American is oh here. Moi munipa chairman general akra akire say no kure no dia wo kan de pempen a eboa say nya no kure eye asifa na enye na say no kure pa dia this thing has to be cleared. Na obi nyonko na obi asro so obe fer obi aferi sro so obe kan no kure no a ha adwen kakra. That one is
yeah, we can't compare na masam say to in Hodru because last meeting here Jim the kind as soon as Jim the kind the current chairman the kind say for the first time the NDC you can chapter the national that we entian to be as delegate and go food trauma to masam say go food trauma take masam dia ya kwa say people bought their ticket to go to Ghana and third people bought their ticket from Scotland, Ireland to come to London for election. For the holidays in Ayomoka. And we are here and the reverend some say yanka saying you see masam make and some guys remember both videos 1-on-1 and some say shimmy bono and some shimmy bono masam me ba it's not make can within 30 minutes some me go on and then a party is the party trade yourself with the Jessica a friend chamber be obi ambeso beka obi ayedin the Sunday party. It has a property. No be a do pebia. My party 10 Kuman, son of Fanny for some year. Some son of year party no. And I made and this you can like to be where I got to form clean. If you're in the second shape, but the blame so beca, the partner go Kumua. And I'm saying, Ade, what kind is here when you what kinds of you one about when you win him? Unsu, Masam say. Me do so. me trade deals, me come meeting to party no, me sika wombi, obia so sika wombi, and na ye boa party no. Ye a donation, me trade be £100. Ye party ye too much, one years go. By Uncle Phoebe the new baby or mono, they are benefited from this party.
You see, as for that one, I don't want to stir problems. Say, if somebody is benefiting genuinely, you never know. And that one, I don't want to go there. But if there are some crooked, if there are some crooked moves, and we a different thing. And I have to provide a disclaimer for myself and the reason. We are not fomenting problems. So we are not suggesting. I'm not suggesting. So some people are making money on the backs of the party illegally. And you got to clarify.
Maybe my question me no kasa nyina no ma wesi me nkasa ma wesi ta medjuma tan na me de kasa but because of say enye koso party me man some say ye ti yen hili party ya man some.
Listen, find time to come and talk to Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa nya to me ba landing because me no far from landing me ba landing me say enye e hye me bono I me bompa ya me pese me ba show no so Mansa Musa
yo
ma kan say me pese me ko one on one show ni sa nti me yiye pi no ade na mo ye party ni sa. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Oh, sorry. What's it come who's right then? Oh yeah. Who's in the casa? BCC, sorry.
But you know what a shame, no. Who directing copy the Saturday? And on the
main directing go here.
I have been a makeup, and I'm I think who they direct copy the Saturday, will come to Nanishan. The concern, any in and out, none is a listener in a better. And I mean, I'm not Nanishrano. No, no, but I did never lie. Now, the baby, the thought I'm not going to Madam Muta, you are doing a big Nanishrano.
You.
So, over the position. But, Doctor, George, the problem cover. Out of the not project, I'm promising you. So, we will. Sama, George,
Okay. My trouble. What, Shani? All right. Bye-bye. Right, so fire will burn you. That is 9:38. You are listening to Mansa Musa. It is Fire Burn You program. Nightly politics with Mansa Musa. We are discussing so many things, including what is happening in Ghana, in Accra. We have Pastor Ken Oforiatta singing the praises to the Almighty. Say, let us rejoice in the Lord. It reminds me, you see, when I was a little kid, about 500 years ago, I was standing somewhere near Elmina, standing on the coconut tree, when I saw some white men coming. You see, this white man came and they raised their hand with the Bible, say, we came with peace, you know. So in the end, they told us we should rejoice in the Lord. We agreed and we rejoiced in the Lord. By the time we open our eyes, they have taken all our gold and diamond and everything, and we had the Bible. So if you see Ken Oforiatta telling the parliamentarians to rejoice in the Lord, Adongo wasn't amused at all. Adongo was very, very upset. How can you tell us to rejoice in the Lord when you have taken our monies? But then, all this, you know, it isn't funny. It isn't funny at all, knowing that we as Africans, as blacks, as Ghanaians, is going to take a hell lot of time for us to understand or even realize how and the proper way to run ourselves, to rule ourselves. It's going to take a hell lot of time to be able to do right things. And that really, ladies and gentlemen, is a shame. It's a big, big shame. Talking about shame, we've been for the past an hour or so talking about the NDC UK Ireland chapter, what do we call it? The chapter elections which should have happened long ago. As we speak, so people are waiting. Let's go and listen to Adongo. Listen to Adongo a little bit.
Today, we are here with this boring and underwhelming statement. Mr. Speaker, we are not angry enough. As a country, we are not hungry enough. This cannot happen to anybody. And yet, you are wasting our money, you are taking our money, and you are here reading this boring statement to us. Mr. Speaker, this is not a joke. And you are even quoting the Bible. Which of the Bibles are you quoting? Quoting the Bible in taking our money, in making us poor, in denying the poor pensioner his money, and you still are quoting the Bible. It is the reason some of us don't go to church, because in the end, this is what we get. This is what we get. Mr. Speaker, this matter, I want to make an appeal to you to refer this matter back to the Finance Committee for proper oversight. The Bank of Ghana must come to explain to us how they allow the banking sector to help itself. The pensioners must come and explain to us. Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Amalgamated Trust must come to explain to us. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, the Bank of Ghana is claiming it is going to throw $15 billion at this point. Have we approved any $15 billion? They must come and explain to us how they are getting that money. Mr. Speaker, ever since this government assumed office...
Honorable members, just focus on the statement.
Mr. Speaker, it's a statement. It is about our public debt, and it's about who gave us the money. It's the banking sector that gave us the money, and we knew, with all the rating agencies downgrading us, that it was going to crash, and the regulator was watching them until they crash. That is about the DE. Mr. Speaker, the finance minister is required by law, under the Public Financial Management Act, not to allow us to meet this problem. He is supposed every year in May, when he's presenting the fiscal strategy document to Cabinet for approval, to accompany it with the debt sustainability analysis, so that we are not caught by surprise. Is it the case that he's not been developing the annual debt sustainability report? Is it the case that he has ignored the findings in those reports? He is supposed to present fiscal risk analysis to Cabinet. Is it the case that he's not been doing it? How come we are suddenly surprised and we are losing our money? Mr. Speaker, how are we going to convince any individual to trust in the state, to give one penny
to the state. We were taught in school, Mr. Speaker, that government debts are risk-free. Ken Oforiatta and his people are now saying you lie. So we should unlearn all that we learned in school, because government debt now is more riskier than lending to Adongo. It is more riskier than lending to Adongo. So how do we now go back to reconsider the thinking of finance? That when you give money to government, you can't sleep peacefully. That when you work and you take your pension lump sum and you decide to give to government and live on your coupons, please, you are naked, because you will go hungry and you can't buy your medicines. And we are proud to come and stand in the Bible in telling this bitter faith. How is that possible? Mr. Speaker, there must be consequences. There must be consequences. People cannot destroy our livelihood. People cannot ruin us, and when you ask them to leave their office, they say they will move. A job that we are not paying you, you are not willing to resign. And every day they are. How can we always be crying because you are a finance minister? This matter must be properly investigated out. And I appeal to you not to end this matter to this route that it came, and that we must have a proper process to provide oversight and give the people of Ghana the assurance to not just go in vain. And Mr. Speaker, it cannot be by the stroke of pen of a so-called finance minister. That should never happen, Mr. Speaker. And I want to call on the finance minister to resign today by a public announcement here. You cannot be proud of this achievement. You went and told the investors in Eurobond market that you produce 500,000 barrels of oil as a country. Have you produced 200,000 barrels?
Your time is up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You are still listening to Mansa Musa, and this is a nightly political show. Night Politics with Mansa Musa here at NFM Radio. I say fire will burn you. Right, so in the end, we say Ken Oforiatta isn't going anywhere because Akufo-Addo knows that should Ken Oforiatta leave the scene, a lot of secrets will be blown, and he doesn't want that one bit. So, in order to safeguard their treachery and their underhand behaviors and other things, Akufo-Addo wants Ken Oforiatta to stay as long as possible, and that tells me that how in future they are going to relinquish power, this is going to be a problem. Anyway, Okay, thank you. We will see what it is. Okay, thank you. So, Akufo-Addo and Ken Oforiatta will destroy Ghana, no? Then we have here in Europe and UK, their constituency or their chapter elections typing. So, as we speak, Nobody knows what is happening. And like I always say, lack of information breeds, all sort of conspiracies. You see what I mean? Because if the official information isn't coming, then people are, put in a position to think what they have to think. You see, people are put in position to think what they want to think. And this is what is happening, because right now, one would have thought that the NDC fraternity in UK would have had, emails and letters and other things coming through their either email or letter boxes that tells them what so far the interim committee has done. But the Americans say it is a very difficult job, made more so because people have fraternized with other people. Obinyonko, we adore the same group. You see, if the interim committee had come from outside somewhere, then they would have, performed diligently and quickly. But because they are from within, and that is, how do I say, that is a Ghana problem. It's not only NPP program, it's a Ghana problem. We don't seem to know how to do things properly. Bibia kweye obinyonko enuado. And that, if you encourage that in any society, in any system, it corrupts the whole system, and it's always very difficult to get things done properly. I'm not saying that the people trying to resolve the matters are not capable, but what I can say is,
apologies, I could not pick your call.
So, but what I think is happening is that people are having problems in, clearing up the issue. Yebesi ha na ya train next week. Se ne be ya yebehwe dia ebesi mi damu nyina ase, and we'll come again and do it right here on Monday. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Cheers. Bye bye.